It was the pinnacle of summer, a scorching afternoon blanketed by a cerulean sky. In the heart of a sprawling suburban estate, a group of friends had gathered for a much-anticipated pool party. The air was thick with excitement and the scent of sunscreen as they congregated around the glistening oasis. The pool, a shimmering expanse of azure waters, beckoned invitingly under the golden sun. Lush greenery bordered its perimeter, casting dappled shadows on the patio where colorful lounge chairs awaited their occupants. As the day unfolded, joyous laughter mingled with the gentle lapping of water against the pool's edge. Yet, beneath the surface of merriment lurked an unsettling undercurrent. It began innocuously enough, a ripple here, a disturbance there, dismissed as the playful antics of a group enjoying the carefree ambience of summer. But soon, whispers spread among the guests of inexplicable phenomena. Shadows flitted beneath the water's surface, vanishing as quickly as they appeared, leaving behind a sense of disquiet. Despite the growing unease, the revelry continued well into the evening. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in hues of fiery orange and dusky pink, the pool seemed to take on a life of its own. Its waters glowed with an ethereal luminescence, casting strange reflections upon the surrounding landscape. As darkness descended, the once jovial atmosphere morphed into one tinged with apprehension. It was then, in the dead of night, that the tranquility was shattered by a piercing scream that sliced through the air like a knife. Startled, the remaining party-goers raced to the pool's edge, their hearts pounding with fear and anticipation. What they beheld chilled them to the core. Beneath the surface of the pool, obscured by murky depths, something sinister stirred. A dark, amorphous shape writhed and twisted, its movements fluid and unnerving. Frozen in terror, the onlookers watched as the apparition seemed to beckon to them, a silent invitation to join it in the depths below. In the aftermath of that harrowing night, the friends struggled to make sense of what they had witnessed. Some sought solace in rational explanations, attributing the phenomenon to tricks of the light or overactive imaginations. But others knew better. They knew that the pool held secrets far darker than they could ever comprehend, secrets that would continue to haunt them long after the last guest had departed. In the heart of an affluent neighborhood, nestled among towering trees and manicured lawns, stood an imposing mansion with a pool house that bore witness to a chilling tale. It was a balmy summer evening when a group of friends, eager for adventure, stumbled upon the abandoned estate during one of their nocturnal escapades. Drawn by curiosity and emboldened by youthful recklessness, they dared each other to explore the dilapidated pool house that loomed ominously in the moonlight. As they approached, the air grew heavy with a palpable sense of foreboding. The once grand structure stood cloaked in shadows, its windows boarded up and its doors hanging askew on rusted hinges. Undeterred by the ominous atmosphere, the friends pressed on, their footsteps echoing eerily in the stillness of the night. With trembling hands, they pushed open the creaking door and stepped into the darkness within. Inside, the pool house was a veritable labyrinth of decay and despair. Cobwebs draped the corners like funeral shrouds, and the musty scent of neglect hung heavy in the air. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the abandoned building, they were assailed by strange sights and sounds. Whispers echoed in the empty corridors, and ghostly apparitions flickered at the edge of their vision, vanishing whenever they dared to draw near. But it was the pool itself that held the most chilling secret of all. In the dim light cast by the moon, they beheld its murky depths, which seemed to stretch on into infinity. Shadows danced upon the water's surface, twisting and writhing in a macabre dance of darkness. Drawn inexorably toward the pool, the friends felt a sense of dread grip their hearts. They knew, deep down, that something malevolent lurked within its depths, something ancient and hungry for their souls. With trembling hands, they reached out to touch the water, only to recoil in horror as icy fingers brushed against their skin. It was then that they saw a spectral figure rising from the depths, its eyes burning with unholy fire. In a moment of sheer terror, they fled from the pool house, their hearts pounding with fear and their minds reeling from the horrors they had witnessed. In the aftermath of their encounter, the friends vowed never to speak of that fateful night again. But try as they might to bury the memories, they could never escape the feeling that they had awakened something dark and sinister within the depths of the haunted pool house. In the quiet suburbs, where neatly trimmed lawns and picket fences lined the streets, there stood a modest house with a backyard oasis of pool that held a dark secret. It was a sweltering summer day when a group of friends gathered for a pool party at the house of a friend. The sun beat down relentlessly, casting shimmering reflections upon the water's surface as laughter and conversation filled the air. As the day wore on, however, a subtle unease began to settle over the gathering. The pool, once a source of refreshment and joy, seemed to exude a sense of foreboding that sent shivers down the spines of the partygoers. At first, it was nothing more than a feeling of chill that ran down their spines whenever they ventured too close to the water. But as the day progressed, the unease grew more pronounced, manifesting in strange phenomena that defied explanation. Beneath the surface of the pool, shadows seemed to dance and shift, their movements unsettling and unnatural. Some swore they heard whispered voices echoing from the depths, while others felt the sensation of cold, clammy hands brushing against their skin when no one was near. Despite their growing fear, the partygoers dismissed the strange occurrences as tricks of the mind, attributing them to the heat and the festive atmosphere of the gathering. But as night fell and the pool was bathed in the glow of the moon, the true horror of their situation became apparent. A figure, pale and ethereal, emerged from the depths, its eyes empty sockets that seemed to bore into their very souls. With a sense of mounting terror, the friends realized that they were in the presence of something otherworldly, a spirit trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. In a moment of sheer panic, they fled from the pool, their hearts pounding with fear and their minds reeling from the encounter. But even as they sought refuge in the safety of the house, they could not escape the feeling that they were being watched, that the spirit of the drowned lingered still, waiting for its next victim. In the days that followed, the friends struggled to come to terms with what they had experienced. Some sought solace in rational explanations, while others were haunted by the memory of the spirit that lurked within the depths of the pool. But one thing was certain: their lives would never be the same again, for they had come face to face with the darkness that dwelled within the waters of the pool, and it had left an indelible mark upon their souls.